All right, hello and welcome back to another episode of the Falcon Punchcast. As always, it is I, your host, Mr.FalconPunch, aka Shaheen, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Hamza, aka Darth Messiah.
Hello, I am the Emilia to Shaheen's Subaru.
All right.
Yeah, interpret that however you will. If there are any fanfic writers, go ham.
I mean, I only saw like half a season of ReZero, but I got the reference.
Yeah, you got the reference. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Rem and all those other
What could have gone with Rem? I forgot about that. Shit. Okay, but anyways, yeah.
I think that's where I dropped the show.
You didn't? Did you finish season? Did you finish season 1?
No, I think I got to that the confession, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not really feeling the show.
What? I got so that was the best confession ever in like anime history. I think
it was like I think also because my brother, the one that was like trying to get me into Vinland Saga, he was like holding me hostage to watch that show during the big lockdown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really don't want to watch this show. And he's like, no. Come on, what else do you have to do? You know, we're locked in. Just watch it with me. So, of course, when you're in that mentality, now I extra don't watch this show. So I just was really not in the right headspace for that. But anyways, let's get into our topic for this podcast. Another season has come and went. So we will be talking about the new season of anime. This time, the fall 2024 anime lineup. This one should hopefully not be like 3.5 hours long. And, you know, I'm not sitting in my recliner chair, so there shouldn't be that much mic rustling as there was. That one was a bitch to edit. I almost wanted to hit my head against the wall.
Oh, okay.
It was trying to edit out most of those microphones like rumbling on my end, and most of them got in anyways, but like, oof, yeah, that was rough. So we're changing up the format. If you guys want to follow us, you could go on livechart.com, go to television, sort by air date, English titles, and on the ongoing filter, hide all, and you could follow along with us.
Yeah.
We're just going to take turns going back and forth through every row. And we're not going to go in depth of every anime. We're just going to read off a row, comment on what looks interesting in that particular row, and move on.
Yeah, we've learned
from do that for the television, movies, and OVAs.
Yeah, we learned that for the last time we did this. I think was it for summer? Was it?
Yeah, for summer.
Yeah. We realized our mistake. Like we don't need to comment on everything. Yeah,
especially when it's like, oh boy, the 5th fantasy / isekai series so far.
yeah. That podcast show got overshot by a lot. So yeah, we're tightening things up. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, the edited podcast was 3.5 hours long. That was edited.
Ooh, jeez.
It was like almost 5 hours when I got it. So, so hopefully we're not going to go that big, but again, you can follow along if you want. I'm going to start off with the first row. And first off, we got Murai in Love. Then we got Lockdown Zone Level X, Loner Life in Another World, which I swear I feel like we've already gotten something like that. And then Demon Lord Retry R. From this row, I don't really have too much to go off of. As we get more in depth with this lineup, there's definitely some juicier anime coming out in October. But yeah, starting off, not really feeling it. Murai in Love, as Hamza was talking about it before we recorded, my eyes are just drawn to the main character holding like a Switch for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, really not much here. Kind of a weak start, but this is all stuff that starts probably around the time this podcast comes out.
Yeah, there's nothing interesting here. I'm not surprised that one of the isekai is on High Dive, because it seems like High Dive just wants to corner the market on isekai now. Also, is it just me, or does Demon Lord Retry R look like, at least from the poster, something from like the early 2000s? Or is that just the art style? Or maybe it is something from the early 2000s? And
like looking about like the character with like the red hair and the hood. There's something about that just has like really like early 2000s kind of like Digipaint anime.
Yeah, if you go into like
has that look,
there's like other visuals in the show profile that make it look more modern a bit. But like, yeah, this particular poster makes it look early 2000s. But again, that's just me speculating. I don't know anything about Demon
apparently
Lord
it's a revamped version of a manga. Adaptation of Demon Lord Retry manga, revamped version, Demon Lord Retry R.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called, Retry. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So that also sounds like something I've heard of in the past, but I haven't really paid any attention to, so I'm not sure. But Hamza, you could go on with the next row.
Got it. So we got Uzumaki, and as a reincarnated aristocrat, I use my appraisal skill to rise in the world season 2.
All right.
How I attended an all guys mixer, and then I think this is 5 million years button episode 13. I have no idea what that is. There's no synopsis for that either.
Yeah, that one just it looks weird because you got this weird like potato baby creature.
Yeah, and then like
3 normal looking girls.
Yeah, 3 anime looking girls in the background. I don't know what that is, so I'm skipping that. Studio Soda. So the big one here is, I'm just going to name the 2 ones that I don't care about. So the mixer one, not for me. It says cross-dressing in the tag, so I'm assuming it's like a yaoi or BL type of romance show. Nothing wrong with that, just not for me. Then you've got an isekai with a long-ass title that I am not interested in. The heck, it doesn't even have a synopsis.
I mean, it's a season 2 as well. Yeah. So like,
the only big thing here is Uzumaki. Now, I have Junji Ito on my reading list. I have not read a single Junji Ito manga, but I am surprised that they're still trying with Junji Ito manga, because I remember the last Junji Ito anime got ripped to shreds for ruining Junji Ito's work. But I've heard good things about this, at least in the build up, because I think you told me that no, they're trying their best with Uzumaki to make it honor Junji Ito's work.
Have you seen the trailers?
I don't think I have. I can look. I can look at it right now, but without the.
Okay, because the trailers are really good. Because I remember they were talking about this back. I think I was still in university when they were talking about it. They delayed it because they really wanted to put effort into it. Mm-hmm. And based on all those trailers, they really have. The anime is black and white to honor more of Junji Ito's original style. It looks really good. Unlike previous adaptations, which try to emulate his style, but just kind of hard doing in anime. This one seems so far the best.
Oh wow!
Adaptation of his artwork.
I'm looking at the trailer right now. This looks like ripped from the pages almost. What the heck? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So this one looks really good. Again, they delayed it I think it was delayed for 5 years. So they really worked. They really wanted this one to work. Mm-hmm. And Uzumaki is a great series. I read the manga a long time ago. I've read quite a bit. Not quite a bit. I've read probably 6 of his series. Uzumaki's probably my favorite, which I think might be the basic bitch answer because it's his most popular work. Mm-hmm. But see, with Junji Ito, I love his artwork and I love the creativity in a lot of his stories. But some of them, I don't know. I feel this could have been a little bit longer or something like that. I remember last year I read 3 of his series. I think it was Black something Paradox and Remna, which I really enjoy the concept to them. The art, bit scary, but I don't know, wasn't enough for me, which was what I was going through when I was kind of reading some of his work. But Uzumaki's a longer series, so I guess I got that more complete feeling from it.
Yeah, you get to sink your teeth into it. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm really excited for this anime. It's coming out in Toonami, and on Toonami, it's coming out with subtitles, which I don't recall happening on Toonami. I could be wrong about that. There might have been.
Did Space Dandy not come out with subtitles, or was it just dubbed immediately?
I think it came out dubbed, but then if you went online, you could watch it with subbed. I'm not sure, because I feel I think they've aired stuff subbed before. But I can't really. I haven't really watched Toonami in forever, so I can't really say.
Yeah.
Next day on Max, which is probably how I'm going to be watching it.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for it. I think it comes out the week this podcast is released.
Hmm.
But yeah, I definitely can't wait. This is one of my more anticipated shows for this season. This is my second.
Yep.
We'll find out about my first soon. Might be pretty obvious if you watch previous podcasts.
I love the tags on this. Avant-garde horror. It's not just horror. It's avant-garde.
It's not your typical horror. It's avant-garde.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Were you a Toonami kid by any chance when you were younger or no?
No, when by the time I got to watching Toonami, it was dying.
Ah, okay. All right.
I think I've talked about it in the past. I'm not sure on the podcast. I know I've definitely talked about it with you, but my parents were a bit like protective of what I watched. I didn't really watch a lot of Cartoon Network as a whole, which is where Toonami aired. So Cartoon Network was always this kind of like, it was like where the more edgy shows that I didn't watch.
Got it.
And it wasn't until like years later I learned more about it. But yeah, now everything is on streaming, and I don't even have cable, so I haven't seen Toonami in forever.
yeah, I just wanted to know because Toonami is it's like a very US thing. I love.
Yeah, no, see, that's the thing that I feel like I always missed out on because there's so many US anime fans who are like, yeah, Toonami, blah blah blah. They have all these they can make like 30-minute video essays on it. And meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, when I watched it, it died. The mascot changed, and like they're just showing Blue Dragon. You remember Blue Dragon? I remember Blue Dragon. You can watch it on Tubi now.
Oh God! All right, let's move on to the next batch.
Yeah, we'll move on. So next up, we have the most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan. Then we have I'll become a villainess that will go down in history. Let this grieving soul retire, and tying the knot with an Amagami sister. So, I mean, definitely some interesting titles here.
All 4 on Crunchyroll. One of them I'm surprised. I thought it was Isekai, but no, it's labeled as fantasy, the notorious talker one. Yeah.
There's just something about that. It's just a funny notorious talker. Like, all right, I'm guessing it's like Talk no Jutsu the anime or something. Like, notorious talker. I got a cup. Sounds like something I would call a coworker. It's notorious talker Linda here to bitch about her day to me. Like, great.
Jeez. Oh, so justice for Linda. My God.
Actually, see, I work remote. There is no, at least in my current job, there's no bitchy Linda. But like Las Vegas, kind of a side story / experience in Las Vegas. There's this weird graffiti that was on the side of the road called like Linda's a hoe.
Oh my God.
And like really all over the Vegas Reddit. Yeah, all over the Vegas Reddit. They're like, who's Linda? Why is she a hoe? And for like months, everyone was just obsessed with like, Linda, why is she a hoe? Who is she? Can I call her? Will she be a hoe for me? So yeah, sorry to all the Lindas out there. There's something about Las Vegas that hates you. So that got channeled right there. But then we got the I'll become a villainess that will go down in history. There's been a lot of villainous animes recently, like isekais that are like, I'll be like the villainess of a game or novel or something like that. That's another trend.
It's also a trend in manhwa, and I'm trying to find there's one villainous series. It's an isekai that I'm trying to find the name of, but there's so many. It just gets buried under like so many titles. Like I'm trying to find. That's the only one I'm interested in, and I forgot the name because again, these things have like long ass names. So I'm like trying to find it. Let me see. But like, yeah, like I don't. This one doesn't seem like it's standing out. I think the one My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. I don't know, because I just like the art style. I like the character design. I'm like, oh, this looks.
Oh nice. Yeah, I've heard good things about that, but I think that was before the whole villainous thing became like really popular.
Yeah. This might have been like the progenitor. Maybe, I don't know. Again, we're not villainous isekai experts.
Yes, we're not scholars on it. And then for some reason the poster for the let this grieving soul retire. I remember when I first saw it when I was scrolling through everything, I thought it was gonna be like an ecchi series.
Why? There's nothing about
this might be telling on me.
Okay.
All right. Because the way the poster is for audio listeners, they're not following along on Annie List. The way the poster is set up, there's like a girl behind a camera, and it's like focused on like three girls and that I guess this hero guy sitting.
Yeah.
There's this weird subgenre of like fantasy / isekai ecchi, where like porn directors or porn actors go into another world and they start doing their business. Oof. So I thought that was getting an anime or something like that when I saw that poster. I'm like, oh, one of those are getting an anime. But no, it looks it looks a lot more tamer than a porn star goes to another world and fucks all the monsters.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, I don't think this is that. maybe
who knows? We'll find out in a couple weeks. It comes out, or a couple weeks. October 1st is when it comes out. But anyways, Hamza, you take over the next row.
Alrighty. So we got a couple of titles in this that I'm like interested in. ReZero Season 3, Acro Trip, Prince of Tennis 2 Under 17 World Cup Semifinal. That is a very specific title. We're not the quarterfinal, not the final, just the semifinal. That's all you get.
See, that's why there's no synopsis on anime. Like, it just tells you the title.
I didn't realize how specific the title was. Okay, yeah, and then Blue Box. I got a couple of things to say here. One, which one is this? Because there are a lot of blue titles lately. Oh, this is the romance one. One guy likes lacrosse. One girl she loves badminton. Or is it the other way around?
For some reason, I thought basketball was a part of this, but it's not. It was badminton.
Yeah,
but yes, this is the one that's on Shonen Jump right now.
Got it. Oh, it's on right now. I thought it was ended. Okay.
No, it's still ongoing.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe I'll see. It's a bit different from other romance because like sports is a main factor in this. So I don't know. I'll see, but like I don't know. It's like a lot of titles starting with blue. It's gonna come out on Netflix actually.
Wait, it does have basketball. Never mind. So I was right. It was badminton and basketball.
Oh, then where'd the lacrosse come from?
Actually, I don't know. Where did you get that?
I don't know. I thought
I thought I was going crazy. Like I could have sworn basketball was a part of this.
So like the guy likes basketball and the girl likes badminton, if I'm assuming that correctly. Or maybe it's the opposite. I don't know. But like, yeah. So that's been pretty popular. I'll see. I'm like hesitant about this. Again, I'm not in a romance mood. I was years ago in my teens, but I've like that part of me has, I don't know, died.
Weren't we all?
A part of me has died. Prince of Tennis, I'm surprised it's still going because like I am interested. I want to read the manga really badly. I don't play tennis. I play table tennis, but I'm up for a good sports series. But yeah, this is like very specific. I think it's going to be like because there's a season of Haikyuu that's just one match. So maybe this is following suit that like, hey, we can just take one match that's like really intense and just make it a season. Maybe that's what they're doing. I have not read Prince of Tennis, but like, hey, it's good. Like these long-running sports series are at least getting anime like adaptations and they're getting finished off. So that's good. I know absolutely nothing about Acro Trip. It's a magical girl show. I don't know if we're the target audience for it.
Well, see, when it comes to magical girls, it's for everyone. I mean, the amount of adults I see talking about Precure, so
okay,
that's the magic of magical girls.
All right, and then we have, will it beat Precure or no? We'll see. I don't think this is.
I don't think this is trying to become a franchise.
Yeah, and it's definitely not in the magical girl site, magical girl apocalypse, or what's that one? The edgy one. The first, the really edgy one. I
thought you named the Madoka.
Yeah, Madoka Magica. That's the one, right?
Oh, okay.
Gen Urobuchi's one.
Well, see, people are acting like it's taking over Magical Girl. And I'm like, it's just those 3 shows. I can't. I mean, like, there's probably like one more. I don't think it's as bad as like people are making it sound.
There is one more. I forgot the name, but it's in manga form right now. I don't think it has an anime, or maybe it did and I missed it. But it's like. They picked literally like it's like the worst delinquent girl becomes like a magical girl. Like she like smokes, she drinks,
But was it like edgy? Because like I think the whole thing was like, oh, these magical girls like kill each other, and isn't it terrible?
I don't know. I only know the premise of that one, but like, yeah. So let's see. I think this is like just a straight up magical girl one. And now you've got the big one, Re:Zero season 3. Spoiler alert: I have not seen season 2.
And as we talked in the beginning of the episode, I only saw half of season 1.
So
if that was even in half.
I really loved season 1. Like this and Konosuba were like the two isekai I'm like genuinely interested in. I've not consumed season 2 because like I don't know, I was busy when it came out, so I couldn't consume it. But it is on my mind because I loved season 1. Season 3 is coming out, so maybe I can binge both seasons together. I don't know how many seasons. I think the light novel is still going, if I'm not mistaken. I know the manga is definitely going because that's just how it works. But like, yeah, like I'm trying to check right now to see because I'm wondering how many like seasons are we gonna have before it's done. Yeah, it's still going. It's like we're on volume 26 right now, and it's like there's 25 right now.
I mean, it's a pretty popular series. So
yeah. So yeah, Rim is best girl. So that's what I'm going to say. No, Rem. The blue-haired one is the best girl. I forgot.
Yes, yeah. I think that it was like Rem and Ram or something. Yeah, Rem and Ram.
Right there we go. So yeah, though that's.
See, I know you'd watch the show, and I know.
Again, best confession ever, man. The whole episode was like one confession. It was beautiful. Yeah.
I know. After that episode, like,
and the motherfucker still didn't choose him. Choose her.
I think that's why. I think I got pissed off at that. I think that's why I dropped it. I'm like, damn, fuck you. I'm gonna go back to watch Kamen Rider Fies where no one could communicate. Respectfully. Out of this row, the one I'm most interested in is Blue Box. I always got to catch myself because I always want to call it Blue Blocks, but it's Box, which I don't know how that correlates with what's going on because nothing in basketball is really blue. I don't know much about Batman, so I don't know why it's called Blue Box. I guess I'll find out.
Yeah.
I might watch this one weekly, and then if I do like it, I might start picking up the manga. Because I was reading a lot of Shonen Jump. I forgot what series were surrounding it when it came out, but I remember I was like looking at it. I'm like, I don't know, a romance sports series in Jump. I don't really foresee this one like lasting that long, and it did. So that was a mistake on my part. I'm like, okay, maybe I should give it a try. But the anime was coming out. I'm like, I'll just use the anime as a springboard, which is what I'm doing with Elusive Samurai, which came out last season. Which, by the way, it's pretty good anime, amazing animation, and I'm going to use that season as an opportunity to springboard into the manga, or maybe just wait for the next season because the anime is animated really well. So I don't know. Well, it's up in the air with that one. But now I'll just go on to the next row.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a side note before you go. I'm noticing like quite a few series on here have like a multi like episode release. Like for Re:Zero, it's like note 90-minute special premiere, so we're getting like I guess like 3 episodes. Then Blue Box is having episode 1 and 2 like drop at the same time. So yeah, like I guess that's the new meta now. It's like
it is. Yeah. It kind of started. I forgot when Oshinoko originally came out. I don't think it's the progenitor of that, but I remember that's when it became big. It's like Oshinoko had the big episode. Freyrin, when it came out, it got like 3 episodes.
Was it 5? Right? Or was it 3
or 5? I think it was like 3, 4. I don't know. There was like a bundle of episodes we got.
Yeah, we got a bunch of episodes at once. Yeah.
And then another anime that is we're going to be talking about later had a big theatrical release for the first 3 episodes. So I guess that's the new thing, which is pretty good. It's a neat marketing trick. That's a good way to get people excited.
Yeah.
And then I always like watching anime in theater. So if that's the new thing of just having the first 3 episodes bundled in a theater, I'll keep on going. Even though eventually it's like, well, yeah, no, if I just wait a couple of weeks, I could just watch it at home and Crunchyroll. But I'm never going to get a theater projector at home.
True. Yeah, so might as well. Yeah, there's a lot of like theater releases. We'll talk about that later if you have time. But like, yeah, like it's a pretty good time if you want to like go see anime in the cinema right now.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, last week my time, there was like 3 different anime movies out. I saw 2 of them. One of them being Ninja Scroll, which was something I thought I would never see in a theater, and I did. So that was a pretty fucking cool experience. But yeah, now we'll go into the next row properly now. So starting off, we got Kami Rabi God App Season 2. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I like the little genre tag: action, high stakes game, suspense. Moving on, we got Kinokoinu Mushroom Pup, which looks cute, but then when I briefly glanced at the summary, it's like depressed author, concerned editor, eccentric mushroom researcher, and strange pink mushroom that turns into a dog. Interesting.
Yeah.
Then we got, is it wrong to pick up a dungeon? Girls in a Dungeon.
This is still
5,
going.
Goddess of Fertility arc.
This is still going. I can't believe
And then we
it.
got, yeah, I know. And then I thought it finished, really.
Same.
I thought it was done. I didn't know. So I guess it's still going, season 5. And then we have negative, positive, angular.
Angler.
Yeah, angler.
Yeah. It literally, the tag is literally fishing. It's just fishing.
Yeah, so I actually heard about this one. I think it's like, if I remember, I think Anime News Network did an article about it. So it's a guy who doesn't have that much to live. So he just decides to go fishing. And as someone that's gone fishing with their family a few times, I'm like, I kind of want to get more into fishing, but since I live in a desert and we just got done with summer, I haven't really had that much of an opportunity.
Also, your
to go
state
fishing.
is landlocked, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, but we have like places that have rivers and lakes and all that.
Okay, right.
Yeah, like sure, like Las Vegas can't really support itself with water without the help of other states, but we still have water. We have water, we have mountains, there's snow. We're not like a complete barren desert wasteland.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, then the dungeon one, I remember the title for that series always pissed me off, which is why I never watched it.
Which one? The Is It Wrong?
Is it wrong to pick up
okay.
girls? I don't know why the title pissed me off.
I thought the Goddess of Fertility arc pissed you off. It's like, nah.
No, that a Goddess of Fertility would never piss me off. But yeah, I'm surprised. I've heard it's actually really good.
Yeah, really?
So I might watch it. I've heard. There's a couple of YouTubers whose opinions I kind of trust say it was pretty good. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's all in High Dive, so I still have a High Dive subscription. So
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I don't. I'll have to like sail the high seas to get it, and because I'm not paying High Dive for this one series. I was gonna pay it for Vodums, but Vodum's not there anymore.
Yeah, they took out a lot. I think they even took out Pat Labor.
Yeah, they took out Pat Labor. That was the other thing. I'm like, okay, Vodum's gone. I'll stay for Pat Labor. Pat Labor been like, all right, you just took out both of them. Fine. That is you. Both selling points. I wish
High Dive just really doubled down on just being like, we have the edgy stuff, and then like older series that no one else has.
Yeah, the only thing that's like making me even like consider High Dive in the future is Gotcha Man. Hero, I know you're listening to this. I might watch it. I'll see. Okay, there's not a confirmation, but like, yeah. But like, that was the only thing that's keeping. But like, okay, so can someone in the comments, if you're a big fan of Is It Wrong to whatever what's the short name of this? Whatever. I'm just gonna call it Is It Wrong. Sell Is It Wrong to me. Like, just genuine. I'm genuinely asking because I've seen clips of this show. It looks like a generic, isekai video game, whatever, like, number 13. And with, big titty ladies to, like, for the harem aspect of it. So, like, that's all it seems like to me. Maybe I'm underselling it because, again, it's got, like, 5 fucking seasons. Although, to be fair, Data Life also has, I think, like 4 or 5 seasons at this point. And
yeah, there's quite a few isekai series get, like, multiple seasons.
And Konosuba had to like fight for 3. God.
Yeah, no, that's why I always found it weird because I'm like, it's pretty well received. Why did it take? Oh, then again, with ReZero, I could have sworn like season 2 came out a long time ago. So season 3 just came out.
It's been a while. That's why, like that's why it was like that's what stopped me from like getting into Attack on Titan and ReZero like continuously. It's because like there was always would be a break between like the seasons, and I would just like fall off. But like so, Attack on Titan's done now, so I can just binge it all. But like I don't know. I'll see. Maybe for ReZero, I can like binge 2 and like wait for number 4. But yeah, I don't have much to say about the high stakes game one.
I've never heard of season 1 to begin with, so
yeah, it's coming out on Crunchyroll, so it has to be available there if you want to see it.
I'm slightly interested in that mushroom pup one, but like
it's not listed on Crunchyroll or HiDive in the on live chart, so I don't know. Like,
yeah, I don't know where it's coming out.
Yeah.
It might just be one of those things where you have to sail the 7 seas for. But I don't know. I guess I'll wait for someone to talk about it, and then I'll decide. Oh shit!
What?
Okay, see, I'm looking at what's on the next row, and one of the animes in the next row I really wanted to announce, and I remember I was plotting. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go first. Hamza's going to go next. I could have sworn I planned this out, so when this anime popped up, I was going to talk about it. What the fuck? Okay,
don't worry. I'll give you your time to gush about it. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah. Just finish the road, and then I'll do my thing.
Yeah. All right. So we've got the next 4 are 365 Days to the Wedding. I've heard about this. I've seen the manga for this before. The big one that everybody's gonna probably like jizz over, DandaDan. Mecha Yud Mechanical Arms. I've never heard of this show, but it looks interesting. I'm genuinely interested in this show. And then you've got Rurouni Kenshin, which we'll see. This has a little bit of controversy behind this. If you know,
this is like a continuation because like the anime, this newer reboot has been out for a while.
Oh, okay, I see. All right,
but like I really haven't heard anyone talk about it. And like I've seen like some people have said it looks better, but I remember the trailers came out. I'm like, this doesn't really look that good. But I don't know, the trailer could be deceiving.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really heard no one talk about. I think the last piece of news I heard about it is like I remember there was a kind of a controversy when like it was getting English dubbed, and I think some of the dub voice actors were like donating some of their proceeds to like some kind of charity because they felt bad, but I don't know, it was weird.
I think that's what's killing it, is that like you can't, like, even for us, like you can't mention it without what the mangaka did. Like, and for those who don't know, Google it. It's very easy to find. So I think that's what's killing it. Like, even if someone like genuinely likes the reboot anime, if you ever mention it, it's like, the mangaka, you know what he did, right? Like that's like, the conversation immediately just like turns to that. Like, so yeah.
Yeah. The YouTube channel Bonsai Pop, they did a really good like multi-part video series on Rurouni Kenshin and kind of talking about the controversy, but maybe also go check that out too if you're more into watching videos. But yeah, so that's Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah.
I read the manga a long time ago, and this was before the controversy, so I'm not just jumping on the hate bandwagon, but I didn't really care for it.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, there's elements I really liked, but it was also, I don't know, it was kind of weird. I don't want to get too in depth with it right now because there's a anime/manga I'd rather talk about being DandaDan, which I saw the first 3 episodes in the theaters last week. Hype as hell. If you didn't see that, if you didn't get the opportunity, okay, let me tell you, this is probably anime of the year.
Ooh, already. Right? The big words. Okay.
I mean, the anime, like, the year's almost over. But yeah, anime of the year. Fantastic voice acting, fantastic music. What they're doing with the action and choreography, just overall direction is just chef's kiss. I'm a big fan of the manga, as talked about in my top 10 manga list that we did a podcast for a few episodes back. So yeah, I'm just really excited for it. I love the opening by Creepy Nuts, who just do banger after banger with these anime openings. But getting to hear the opening in theaters, like, had to hold myself back from getting up and dancing, man. Good. Like, we're in for a treat with this one. And then they've been putting so much advertising and marketing into this one. It's coming out on Netflix. It's coming out on Crunchyroll. I think it's even coming out on Hulu. We've gotten tons of posters and trailers and interviews and whatnot. which kind of hurts me emotionally. Because on the other side of the spectrum of marketing, we have like Fist of the North Stars, where it's like, hey, we're getting a new anime. Here's a picture. Silence for a whole year.
Ooh.
Whereas like DandaDan, it's like, hey, we're getting an anime. Here's a trailer. Here's the studio.
I think
here's just the music.
I think they know this is going to be a moneymaker because, like, I mean, the manga was hyped for forever. Like, ever since for the longest time, I knew, like, hey, listen, if you're looking for, like, a kick-ass manga, you have to read DandaDan. Like, that's where, like, it's, like, you know, it's the new, like, it manga you gotta read. So, like, I think they know that, like, if they, you know, make a decent adaptation, they're gonna make bank. Like, this is gonna be... I expect... This might be a hot take, but I expect, like, it's gonna beat Demon Slayer in terms of hype. I think like Demon Slayer had like prolonged, sustained hype for the longest time, like just made money hand over fist. DandaDan, I think if everything goes well, I think they might beat that.
Because I think Demon Slayer kind of like fumbled a bit because I think the newest season that came out, there was like weird filler. Like I heard like a scene from a chapter got extended to a whole episode or something like that.
Ah, okay.
And then like the final arc is just going to be like a bunch of movies instead of a TV anime or something like that. Like I read the manga for Demon Slayer and I watched the first season. It's an okay show, in my opinion. It's like good. I'm really surprised how like it just blew up in popularity. But you know, congrats to the
did the UFO table animation not like I don't know make your make a draw drop?
You see, I have a hot take for that. Whoa. And I want to do a hot take video or a podcast for us. I'll save it for then.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. That it's not really my cup of tea right there.
Really? Okay.
But
because I mean, the only UFO table series I've seen was Fate Zero. I wasn't into the show, but I have to admit the animation and the fight scenes were excellent. So yeah. So I don't know anything about Mecha Yurei Mechanical Arms, but I am interested now. It's going to come out on Crunchyroll. I'll give it a shot. I'm not a fan of the whole school angle of it because I'm just tired of that trope. But like, again, like it has appealing visuals, robot fist arms. I'm like, I'm in. You know, like you got me there.
Yeah, like that's exciting. And then I want all the people that said like, "Oh, Mecha's dead." I want them to like apologize.
But okay, here's the thing: this is not like your traditional mecha, though.
Well, yeah, but like every season, we've gone to mecha anime. Beginning like winter, we got Bang Brave Bravern, which is awesome. Also contender for anime of the year.
Really? I think I'm going to get a lot of fight back on that. I don't even know it's going to be nominated in any anime awards. But
this is for me. This is my anime awards. Fuck them. The Crunchyroll anime awards is full of sellouts unless they invite me. Then it's not a sellout. But until they invite me personally to go to San Jose or wherever it's being hosted, or New York, I don't know. It's just nothing but sellouts.
Force them to give Best Girl to Roboko. Like that's what you're gonna do. I can imagine.
She deserves it. Let her have that. It would make her so happy. That's like a manga plotline right there for that series. But yeah, no. And then last season we got like Grendizer, and I think there was like one other mecha series. But we had Grendizer. So every season we've been getting mecha series. It's just. Like, I mean, I haven't seen the whole Mecha's dead argument, but like now every time I see a mecha anime, it's like, say what now, bitch?
Yeah. And so the other one is like 365 Days to the Wedding. Now, again, I'm not a romance person, but I do immediately get interested when it's a romance that's like not in high school. It's actually with like adults, and I like the premise of this one.
Yeah, no, this one on the genre tags. Adult cast.
This is adult cast. Yeah. And this I'm interested in. It's like, again, like if you like whenever it's a romance in a high school, that's why I was like kind of on like Blue Box. But like if you put it in a workplace with actual adults, like I actually watched one this year. I forgot the name. I'll pull it up soon. But like it's again, also a workplace romance manga. It's about like this really tiny girl with like green hair and this like big giant like buff dude.
Oh yeah, I watched that one.
Yeah. I watched that one. And
my senpai is annoying.
Yeah, my senpai is annoying. That's the one. Yes, I enjoyed that one. It was really cute. Not gonna blow your mind away, but like you'll have a good time, and it's like a good laugh too. So like I'm interested in like workplace manga, but like with adults, people that are like. I'll even take college because, like, again, like, that's still a kind of unique setting. But like, I'm done with high school, like, romances. I'm done. Like, you're not gonna like, even if it ends in happy ending, I know, like, you're not gonna last. You're just gonna break up and they're gonna marry other people. Okay.
Yeah. See, that's always a good point because I remember I was like listening to manga splaining, and like one of the hosts on there was always like pissed off when like they read like a shonen series and everyone's like in high school, and whoever they're dating in high school, that's who they end up marrying. It's like. It's not how real life works. Like, you'll have like 4 other girlfriends before you marry someone. It's like it's very idealized. I get it for stories, it's fine, but like in real life, like obviously your high school sweetheart. In like most cases, especially these days, it's not going to be your one true love for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I guess we'll go on to the next row.
Yeah.
Starting off, we got Hamadashi Creative. Then we got Trillion Game, Goodbye Dragon Life, and then Hayakosho Kizoku, The Farmer's Days 2nd season.
That's a mouthful. I love the studio name. Pie in the Sky.
I think based off that cow, I want to say this is what's her name? Hiromi Arakawa, the mangaka for Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, it says autobiographical in the tags.
Yes. Okay, this is about her.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So,
but then, what is the farmer's? Is she on a farm?
That's her like her OC. I think she was raised on a farm or something like. She has a whole manga that's about farm life. So I do know. That's something she's either interested in or just has experience in. Because she has, I think it was called Silver Spoon is her like farm series.
Okay.
So I guess I didn't know there was like a first season to this. So I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like it's streaming anywhere. So it could be like it's just a bunch of shorts that you have to find subtitled online somewhere. Goodbye Dragon Life is something my brother would probably watch. Just for one of my brothers, if there's a dragon in it, he'll watch it.
Has he read the book series Wings of Fire?
He doesn't read books.
Okay, I mean, there's a graphic novel line too, so you can like if you need.
I don't even think he reads graphic. He doesn't read.
Oh, okay. Never mind that. That's like
unless it's subtitled.
Because that's a whole book series about dragons that I want to read, but like.
Yeah, I mean. See, like, I thought I was, like, a dragon lover, but, like, no, he's put up with some, like, anime I've never heard of. It's like, well, there's, a couple dragons in there, so I decided to watch it. I'm like, all right.
I get it.
Which led to a really weird conversation eventually where it's like, yeah, I also watch High School DxD.
Oh, because of the dragon arm thing?
I get... Well, also, I think that's why it's called DxD, because it's, like, Dragon by Dragon. I was like,
well, that's what it stands for.
Yeah, I thought it was a boob thing.
I thought it was a titty reference as well.
I think it still is, but the mangaka is like, oh no, actually. Okay. Yeah, that is a series that I watched both seasons for.
Both seasons? No, there's another.
There was a season that came out like.
Did it have multiple seasons? I think like 3 or 4, right? Didn't it? Or no?
It either had 2 or 3 seasons. I don't know. The latest season that came out probably 5 years ago at this point, I think. The dub, which is how I watched the series, the dub did a D's Nuts joke. And listeners, if you don't know, especially in high school, I was all about the D's Nuts jokes. I mean, still to this day, I just don't get to use it that often. But I'm a D's Nuts head. I'm always making those jokes.
Okay.
Trillion Game, going back on topic.
Yeah.
Trillion Game also looks interesting. It's another Madhouse anime.
Oh my
So
god,
that's bound to get.
Okay, I
was about to say that's bound to get people excited, and he just proved.
No, it's two things. It's the Madhouse thing because I think Free Ren has proven that, like, oh yeah, Madhouse is back, baby. And also, the artist for this has done Crying Freeman and Sanctuary. Both series I really want to read. That's why I'm like, this art looks very familiar. It's like, well, I've seen this before. Why does it?
And now that I'm like really looking at it, like, yeah, I could. I think it's a Ryoichi Ikigami.
Yeah, Inagaki. That's the author. Sorry, Ryoichi Ikigami is the artist, but that Inagaki did the story. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
right.
I mean, it looks interesting. It's one of those, like, I think Sanctuary is the political one, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Crying Freeman is just it's a thing on its own.
It's just an exploitation movie in manga form.
Yeah. So I am interested in this. It'll be interesting to see, how this lands. It's going to be a lot of talking anime. I don't see a lot of.
Yeah, I probably won't watch it week to week. I'll probably, if I hear it's good, I'll probably watch it when
it's over.
It's all
same
when it's over.
Yeah. I wonder why Madhouse chose this, but it'll see. Yeah.
All right. So Hamza, you got the next row.
Got it. So it's Magi Lumiere, Magical Girls Inc., Sword Art Online Alternative, Gun Gale Online 2, Idolmaster Shining Colors second season, The Stories of Girls Who Couldn't Be Magicians. Okay, so we got like 3 magical girl shows this season. Weird. Yeah, so
magical girls are rising up.
Geez, is that going to be the next thing? Like, we went from mecha to isekai, magical girls is going to be the next thing. So
I mean, I would argue magical girls have had their place throughout history.
True.
I think even in the 80s there's quite a bit of them, but
true. So yeah. So this looks. I mean, again, Magical Girl. I will see if there's buzz around it. I'm very other than Sailor Moon and the the dark and edgy ones. I'm not really sure. Like, I'm kind of hesitant about just your regular Magical Girl, like anime. This one looks interesting because this one I think is like an adult cast. It's not like middle school girls or high school girls.
Oh yeah, the Magical Girls Inc.
Yeah, Magical Girls Inc. This one looks interesting.
Yeah, so that's on Jump Plus. I read the first couple chapters. It was pretty interesting, but I never kept on with it. And then I heard an anime was coming out. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait for the anime. So yeah, it's like a workplace situation where like you're in an office and then like being a magical girl is like your job.
A job. Okay, that's interesting. That's a different like premise. It's on. I'll see again. Like, if it has an adult cast, my head will turn. I don't know. I can't guarantee I'll watch it, but you've got my attention because, like, again, like, I'm kind of done with like teenagers.
Yeah, man, we're adults. Fuck kids.
Idolmaster,
but not actually.
Idolmaster, I don't care about. I'm not a idol person. So yeah, unless it's a VTuber, I don't care.
See, I'm curious about making that dive.
Really?
Like Idolmaster. Well, just because I forgot, it was like Idolmaster. What was the other one? Love Live.
That's the one. Yes.
There's so many people that are like into mecha or tokusatsu or like even creatives.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, these guys are so cool. And then out of nowhere, they would just be like, oh my God, the new Love Live season, the new Idolmaster. Boy, I'm so hyped. I'm like, there's something about these shows that activate these guys. So, like, I gotta get in. Like, what's the secret here? What's going on here? Am I missing something?
Oh God!
So, out of curiosity, one day, I gotta.
There's another idol one, I guess. Zombieland Saga. I like that, but again, that's like because the premise was unique, but it's not a straight up.
Yeah, that one I'm waiting for like season 3 or a movie. I forgot what they were doing. Like Mappa needs to stop making new things and go back to some of their older stuff.
And then we have Sword Art Online, Gun Gale Online 2, which I'm like surprised. I thought this was like on season 3 or something already. I'm not a Sword Art Online fan. I did watch it when I was new to anime because everyone did at the time. It was like one of the gateway animes at the time. I've heard good things about Gun Gale Online because I'm thinking there's a different author. for this specific like spin-off, so it's like it's not the same author. So I never heard good things. But again, I'm done with anything SAO, and I'm not the biggest FPS fan. So whatever. Like it's like,
I mean, I've just never seen SAO like anything.
Really? Oh my god!
I think when I was like getting more into like anime, as in like seeking out other anime that wasn't Dragon Ball or One Piece at the time, that's when everyone was like kind of like shitting on Sword Art Online. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not watching it.
Really?
So when the hate started, I'm like, it kind of deterred me. But I can't really say anything about it because I know everyone hates it now. But like, have not seen a single second that wasn't like a trailer for it.
Okay. Yeah. So I think
I've seen more stuff for like the video games.
I've seen all of. I guess now it'll be called season 1. The first half was fine. Second half is where it lost me, and then like after that, like obviously
that's generally what I've heard.
So yeah, like I don't really care about SAO. I'm not a like if you still like it, good for you, man. Like, or if you're like, or maybe you're just like a Gun Gale online only person. Hey, you like awesome, like no problem, no shade. But it's just not for me. All right, Shane, you can move on to the next 4.
Yes. So the next row, we got Tohai Ura Raid Mahjong Tohai Roku. Then we got Komarba Season 2, Tonbo Season 2, and Kagaku X Boken Survival.
Kumarba reminds me of remember that one anime with the animal girls that was like 3D that people were like,
yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
I forgot the name.
I forgot the name.
Just called Animal.
Yeah, but like everyone like
Kimono Friends.
Kimono Friends. I dismissed as like whatever kind of function, but apparently it like quickly gained a cult form. Like, no, this show's actually really good. But then it like went down because I think like the show changed or something, if I remember the story correctly. But like, yeah, so this reminds me of that. I don't think we're ever going to get this. I don't think this is like ever going to be an English release.
I don't think it's anything like that either. But
yeah.
Tonbo, like looking at that image, it does look like something older, at least from the image on
it's about golf. I don't give a shit.
The only golf anime I ever watched was Birdie Wing, but that's just because like that show is so over the top that you got like Yakuza Golf, Vampire Lady, Robot Arms,
in a golf show?
Gundam models. Yeah.
Why? It's
just because it's Birdie Wing, baby.
Okay, whatever. It's golf.
Waiting for another season on that one, hopefully, if that ever happens.
Yeah, it's like
it's like girls are gay too.
It's like the golf is like that one sport that I like. Like any sports series, even if it's a sport I'm like not interested in, like there's a bicycle sport right now, Yamanoshi no Pedal, whatever. I'm like, I don't care about bicycling, but I'll give it a shot, But like golf is one.
Golf is a sport that not even Wii Sports could have saved for me.
Now, if it was about bowling, now nothing got my attention.
Yeah, bowling, tennis, boxing, let's go.
Oh yeah. And I'm assuming the Tohai one is about Mahjong?
Yes. Which I know very little about. Same. And then some of the series I've read revolving around Mahjong don't really explain Mahjong, so I'm always lost. So I don't think it's going to be like an explainer series. So I'm pretty sure we have a couple friends that like would probably eat that up. Since they like kaiji.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Since I think either kaiji or no, I think it was a Kagi. That's more the Mahjong based one. Or kaiji maybe had a Mahjong arc. I don't know. It's been a while for me with kaiji. And then the Kagaku Boken Survival. I think I looked it up. I think it has to do with like actual survival tips. I'm not too sure, but I just know it's done by Studio Gallop, who did the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime as long as me and Rebelco.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to. There's like no synopsis. I don't even know what the original manga. Like, there's very little information. The poster looks cool.
I could have sworn it was going to stream on Crunchyroll, but now I don't see it on there, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I guess now we have the next row.
Right. So we've got Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War: The Conflict, Orb on the Movements of the Earth, Blue Lock versus Under 20 Japan, and then Blue Exorcist Beyond the Snow Saga. Okay, so this is the most like probably action-packed row we've had so far. I don't know. Let me start with Orb. I don't know anything about this. It has Madhouse as the studio, but I've never heard of this like show in my life.
It's a historical. Takes place in Europe.
Is there punching? Does it sound like there's punching?
I don't think. I don't think there's any punching.
God damn.
Madhouse is taking it easy with the action this season.
Yeah, we're just like two talky enemies. Okay, all right. So like that's my like take on Orb.
We sound so great. There's no punching, man.
Like if it was like another studio, I wouldn't have that. But I think it's Madhouse. Like if it's not punching, what are you doing? There's no action. What's the point? All right. So let me start with Blue Exorcist. I'm surprised is still going. I thought season 2 murdered that show. I've heard the manga's still like pretty like good. Like it's not gonna blow your mind, but it's like it's fun shonen. But like I thought,
I've just outside of the second season, I have not heard anyone talk about Blue Exorcist at any capacity.
Yeah, same.
So, I remember Blue Exorcist was like one of my first manga. Like when I first found out about the cons, when I was getting into manga, this was like the first manga that wasn't Kingdom Hearts that I picked up.
Huh. Yeah. So like I've heard from friends like they hated season 2 because it completely diverted from the manga. And like I thought that killed it. But like I don't know, looks like maybe a season 3, I don't know, maybe a season 4, I don't know. If there's any Blue Exorcist.
I mean they had like a season last year too, so like I'm not sure if they went back on track, maybe they retconned something.
Maybe.
Because I think even season 1 had like something anime original that never happened.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's a series that keeps on chugging along, so I guess I gotta respect that. But like I don't know, maybe one day I gotta revisit it because at least like the first couple volumes, I remember I was like really invested in, and then I started reading more anime and manga, and then
Blue Exorcist is on my reading list to like. I think the manga is completed, if I'm not mistaken. So
is it? I could have sworn I saw like a new chapter update on like.
Let me see.
Jump app the other day
because that's what I remember. Blue Exorcist manga. I can't remember.
And again, there's just a lot of blue anime.
But this came out way before. No, it's still going. It's on 31 volumes right now. So
damn, 31.
Yeah, 31. Yeah, it's something. It's still going.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Then we got Blue Lock. I am going to read it. It is on my list. This and Giant Killing are the two like soccer mangas that are like on my list to read. Giant Killing, for those who don't know, is about like a team. So Giant Killing is a term when a small team beats like a big, on paper, like bigger team that's like supposed to, win like all the matches all the way to the final. So like that's what Giant Killing is. So that and this, I'm really interested in reading, but I don't really have a lot to say about like, the anime itself because I haven't seen it.
For the longest time, I thought Giant Killing was a baseball manga.
No, it's a soccer manga. Yeah.
Maybe I was confusing it with 1 ounce.
Yeah. But then we've got, Bleach 1,000-Year War. This is apparently part 3. I want to know so they're adapting, can I say it, the shitty chapters of Bleach? By shitty, I mean like bad art. Because I think Endo just like lost all passion for Bleach at the time. Or he had health problems, one of the two.
Kubo?
Tied to Kubo, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was never like the biggest Bleach fan. When I was getting into anime, I watched Bleach because like when you look at the big 3 at the time, as like a teenager, you see Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. As a young teenage boy, Bleach looked way cooler, so I watched Bleach before I watched Naruto and One Piece. And I think I got into the middle of Soul Society, and like I think because I was watching on YouTube in 3 parts, and all the episodes got copyright strikes, got taken down, and I didn't really have the drive to like watch it again. So I'm like, whatever. I kind of let it go to the wayside. But I watched Naruto and One Piece later, and I like them both a little bit more than Bleach. I do want to read Bleach at some point,
really,
but if I remember it correctly, because I remember I used to I used to be the stereotypical guy. I used to like watch chapter reviews and everything on YouTube, because that was like the meta for anime YouTube way back in the day. Before video essays and reviews, it was all about the chapter reviews. And I remember people always shitting on the last arc of Bleach. Now, I'm not sure if times have changed. People circled around on it, because everyone seems to be super hyped for the Bleach anime. But I'm like, did you all hate this arc? I thought you guys said this arc was like the worst and was full of assholes. So I don't know. Maybe we've circled around on it. Maybe people are just so nostalgic for Bleach that they kind of forgot all about that.
Or maybe the anime is like making changes, or maybe now that it's animated, it has a better reception, because again, like Tide Kubo's art fell off like a cliff at some point in Bleach. So maybe that, I don't know, but like I would really.
I mean, I don't know, because like I've heard like he's really good with character designs. It's just I think he just is not so good with backgrounds.
Right.
So you just get a lot of white.
I see.
Which I don't know, Bleach anyway. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm genuinely interested. Like, if there's a Bleach fan listening to this, like, please comment. How is the what do you call I guess you could say
1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah, 1,000-Year Blood War. But like, was there a series before this? I can't remember.
Before he did Bleach?
No. Before the 1,000-Year War, like, thing. Like, was there a series before? Or it's just been called the 1,000?
Oh, no, I think it was just the original anime. And then it never ended. I think it ended on filler.
Yeah.
And then I guess
it got canceled. I remember that. Yeah.
So
for me, Bleach was one of the earliest anime I saw. I saw all of Soul Society. And then I was in the middle of the filler arc that comes after it. I think they fight vampires or something in the filler arc. But like, again, I did the same thing where I did with Naruto. I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to watch other series, then I'll come back to it. Because again, like, Bleach is long, and Naruto was long, so that was my idea. And the break has been going on ever since. And then when I heard about, what Bleach looks like manga-wise after, and apparently the storylines after it aren't that great. Like, Soul Society is the peak. Like my what do you call drive to like experience the series went like down and down. So yeah, but who knows? I'm always willing to like go back and see if I have the time. So
yeah, like after I reread Dragon Ball Z, I might hop on Bleach.
Oh, okay.
We'll see, because it's on there on the Jump app, so might as well get the full experience. The good old big.
I want to finish Naruto before I touch, because Naruto is still a series I do want to finish. It is.
Well, you never finished Naruto?
No, I stopped during the war when Madara first gets revived and he drops like 2 moves.
Damn, I don't know. For some reason, I thought you finished Naruto.
No.
Okay.
Naruto I consider my first anime, so I do want to finish it. I'm still invested in it. I do like the characters. I want to see where the story goes. I don't think it's as bad as people say. Like, I know some people like really hate the Ninja War arc or even what's come after it, but like I still want to see it through all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then the next row, we have the 2024 remake for Ranma 1/2. Then we have You Are Miss Servant. Then we got the healer who was banished from his party is in fact the strongest. The way that I thought I was like saying something wrong for a bit. It took me a while to process that. Okay, and then we got Puni Runes, Puni 2. An anime will probably just never see the light of day on our end.
I think this is for babies. If I'm like,
yeah, it really does look like it's for babies. Yeah. From this row in particular, again, see, we got the villainesses, and I also think like healer is like another subgenre of like isekai / fantasy trope that's been getting popular lately.
Oh, okay.
I remember there's like redo healer, and then there's like another healing one I think that came out. I think I've seen like 4 healer series so far. It's not quite as big as villainous ones, but I guess healer is like part of the meta.
I think
and then of course you got Ranma Half, which is obviously going to be a pretty big hit, even though I haven't really experienced much of Takahashi. I love the aesthetics of like the originals. But then I've heard like the original for Ranma 1/2 has a lot of filler. Apparently Ursa Yatsura, Takahashi didn't really like it, but a lot of people really like it because dang, I'm forgetting his name, the Ghost in the Shell director.
Shit.
Yeah, he worked on Ursa Yatsura, and apparently he did like a couple movies that are looked at as some of the best anime movies ever. Which I'm really curious how those play out, which I'll get to one day. But
Mamoru Oshii.
There we go, Oshii.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
you are.
Yeah, but so I'm
sorry. Yeah, continue.
Oh, sorry. You continue.
No, you could continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like with Ranma 1/2, I'm curious how this one's gonna be because I know over the Ursa Yatsura remake, it was kind of like a best of. I'm not too familiar with Ranma 1/2, so I'm not sure if that's a possible route they're going to go to, or if it's just going to be a more faithful adaptation to the original manga, maybe updated a bit so they have like cell phones or something. Since some animes kind of do that, but like at the end of the day, they're not constantly using their cell phone, so I'm like, why even bother? You know? Like, you could have just made it a period piece. It didn't have to be set in the modern day, you know?
I don't know.
It's like, oh, cool. He pulled out an iPhone for one episode for 1 second to look at a text.
Yeah. So I think
it's not going to play a
I don't know. I don't know if this is the same case in Japan, but in the West, in the entertainment industry, there's definitely this feeling among like executives, because it's in comics. I'm pretty sure it's in like movies, TV shows too, that like when it comes to old shows showcasing older like fashion or older technology, that like young kids will be like very young and up and coming kids like would be very turned off by it. Like for example, there's in comics at least, there's a lot of like comic people who are like people who work in the industry that are like, oh my god, a kid nowadays can never read like Chris Claremont X-Men or X-Men from like in the 70s and 80s. They use things like phone booths and wear like those like 70s fashion or 80s fashion. Like like they'll never understand like those things. They'll see that and they'll immediately just put the book back on the shelf. I think that's misguided, to be honest. I think they'll get over it, or maybe they already have a knowledge, or they'll eventually get it. Like, okay, what's a phone booth? Like, you just look it up. Like, okay, that was a phone back in the day. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like as big of a deal as they make it out to be. So maybe it's the same thing in Japan, that like, no, we need to put cell phones in it so kids can like relate to it and you can get a new audience. I don't know because like I mean, obviously I'm not a kid, but I can't imagine, because like I remember as a kid I watched things in the 80s and it wasn't like I saw an old cell phone like the big chunky ones with the you had to extend the antenna out all the way. Yeah,
it's not like I saw those. I'm like, oh my god, gross, what is that? I'm turning this off. Fuck.
Yeah. Like literally there's one comic book YouTuber, so he was mentioning like they were watching One Piece. And One Piece, if anybody have seen it, like they have snails that they use as phones in One Piece, and those I don't know how, but the snails usually have like a cord, and like the YouTuber's daughters, they've never seen like a phone with a wire. They've lived in the complete wireless era, like so they're like, what the heck is that? They're like, oh, it's a cord, like it's a corded phone. That's how phones used to be. They used to have a wire that attached to like the main base. They're like, oh, okay, and then they moved on. Like that was it. Like they had a question because that's technology they haven't seen before, and that was it. That's what I'm saying. It's like
also,
it's
yeah, but also that's kind of weird in the One Piece case because I'm like, at the end of the day, like it's a snail. like like even if it was wireless, I'd be questioning it. I'm like, oh, because it has a wire, I'm going to question it. It's a little weird.
Yeah. Now you can't unsee it. Now you're going to be like, why does it have a wire? Why isn't it a snail in the first place?
Yeah, I think. Oh god, I just got reminded. I remember seeing like the live action DandaDan Mushi. Terrifying shit. That it's like the one thing where I'm like, oh no, that didn't need to be real.
Yeah,
that was not meant to be rendered in our world.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's You Are Miss Servant, which I was not interested in, but now after reading the premise, I kind of am. Like,
oh
yeah, because like it's an assassin maid that like has to like take care of this boy now, and she's like very cold hearted, but now like she discovers family. So it's like, I don't know, it could be good. It could be nice. Like, I don't know. It's the assassin maid part that I'm like, ooh, you have my attention now.
I say, I guess I'm more into robot maids, but named Roboco.
I mean, like, like Maid War had like, killing maids. This one is an assassin maid.
That's true.
So, like, I don't know. Maybe that's my thing.
You just like maids.
Yeah, murderous maids.
True. I mean, yeah, I guess I like maids too. I mean, the only VTuber I watch is literally a ghost maid. So.
Yeah. All right, next row. So, 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, Love Live, Superstar Season 3, Suma Show, and then Puniru is a cute slime. I have nothing to say about Puniru is a cute slime. Again, looks like I could be wrong, but it looks like a very young kids show that clearly is not meant for us. I know nothing about Sumashu. This is like, looks kind of like a show that's gonna like tug at your heartstrings. It's a comedy romance show. Okay.
Oh, okay. Reading the plot line, I remember this one. This is the one that was kind of causing a bit of controversy.
Oh, okay.
When it was coming out like online, that was getting an anime. So basically, this dude's wife dies, and after like 10 years, grieving and all that, a young girl approaches him and claims that, oh, hey, I'm the wife reincarnated.
Oh, I saw this trailer. Okay, yes, now it's coming back to me. Okay.
So that's this series.
Oh, right.
Apparently, people have said that it's not freaky and that it really is just a series about grieving and loss and all that.
Yeah, because there was controversy because like your wife has basically turned into a lolly, and so like that's like kind of messed up.
Yeah, you're a full-grown man. It's been 10 years, and now your wife comes back, and she's like a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
yeah.
But apparently, people are saying it's not freaky.
Okay, all right. Okay. So that's what this is. All right. Okay, I dismissed it before. I'm curious about it now. I'll see how it goes.
See, the only reason why I decided to look into it a bit, because like when I was looking at the genres, it said comedy, drama, reincarnation. I'm like, reincarnation? And I'm like, oh, it was that one.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let's see. That I remember the controversy about this. It was Love Life again. Not an idol person. Got nothing to say.
See, this is the Magic Love Life one, I think.
What do you mean this is magic? What do you mean? What?
Oh, wait, no, it's not. I remember they made like a Love Life spin-off that was like an isekai fantasy. But I thought that was this one, but no, it's not. It's just a season 3.
Yeah, don't care. Now we have 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. I am surprised how like big 7 Deadly Sins is. Like, for those who don't know, this is the sequel series that follows the main character's son. The manga already has like, oh my god, how many volumes? 13 volumes. That's at least in English. I'm pretty sure it has more in Japanese. And then it already has like 2 seasons of an anime. Like, I am generally like 7 Deadly Sins must be doing well for itself. It's an anime, or well, it's a manga actually, since the anime has a reputation of not having the best animation. But I'm interested in reading the manga. So
Yeah, see, I was interested in it because I think we talked about it last season. Because last season, the same mangaka had his golf series turned into an anime on Netflix.
Yeah,
I forgot the name for it.
Yeah,
I think it was like Rising Heat, Rising Stars, something Rising. Which apparently is pretty good. The reviews came in for it. People were like, "Oh, this is actually slaps."
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm more fond of this mangaka for Kongo Bancho, which who knows if that's ever getting an anime or not. I did read Seven Deadly Sins for a bit, and then I kind of fell off. I'm surprised with the anime because I feel like at some point, maybe after season 2 or something, like the anime's quality fell off.
Yeah.
And it was just continuing to get worse, but it still kept on coming back. So there's some magic force out there that just wants to animate all of this stuff. So despite the quality, so it's still going around. So I guess more power.
I'm just
to the Seven Deadly Sins fans.
It took because Naruto lasted for so long before we got to like Boruto, and then based on that, because I think that's the only series I can think of. Oh, Dragon Ball, you can also apply. Like, it took a while for Dragon Ball to get to the Z time skip where it's like, oh, Goku is like a father with a kid. So the fact that I feel like Seven Deadly Sins really, I don't know, sped run that. Oh, like within a very short period of time, it got to like, oh, we're gonna follow his son now, the main character's son. Like, I don't know, like that's how it just feels to me. But again, like this is on like an outsider who wasn't really paying attention, but it does feel like.
I mean, I think the manga told a complete story. I mean, I remember it was I think I was still in high school when I got my hand, because I think I owned the first volume still.
Oh.
When I got my hands on the first volume for Seven Deadly Sins, I was still in late high school. So I think it told the full story, and then it went into the son arc. But yeah, then from this row, I remember I was slightly interested in Poniru is a Cute Slime.
Oh.
Because I thought it was going to be like a fantasy comedy. Because because the art style kind of reminds me of this one anime called Magic Circle or Magic Guru, which was a really cute fantasy show that came out probably 5-6 years ago or something like that. That was really nice and pretty underrated. So I thought it was going to be something like that. But then looking at the trailer, it seems like it's not in a fantasy world. It's like modern society with a cute slime girl. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's not going to be like a cute little fantasy adventure. Never mind. But yeah, so that's this row. And now going to the next row, we got MF Ghost second season. Neko OG, the guy that got reincarnated as a cat. Hai Gakura, and then Ron Komonhashi Forbidden Deduction Season 2.
Yeah, so MF Ghost is the only one I care about in this row, but the problem is that I haven't even I'm interested in Initial D and the guy's work, but I still haven't, even though I'm not a car person, I've just heard so much good things about Initial D and the guy's writing, and MF Ghost I think continues that. So we'll see. I don't know if it has any relation to Initial D though, MF Ghost.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he just decided to make another manga about cars. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I always found the title funny because in my head I'm always like, motherfucking ghost. But I don't know what the MF stands for. I'm pretty sure it's not metal faced ghost. So yeah, I'm not sure what the MF stands for, but yeah, I do need to get back to Initial D because I did watch the first season and I enjoyed it. And then I watched a bit of season 2 and then I just dropped off for some reason. And then I think I got kind of worried about revisiting it because I don't think the anime ever completed the manga or something like that. And at that time I was really I don't want to watch an anime. It's going to complete the manga. But Initial D, I'm but the music, so I don't want to read the manga. So
yeah, I'm in that boat too, where I think I can get over it now, but at the time, what turned me off was the CGI cars. I think I can get over it now. But then I was I can just read the manga if you don't like the CGI car. But then people are oh no, but you got to experience the Eurobeat music of.
I guess you can always play around in the background.
That's what a friend of mine said. Okay, read it, but listen to the soundtrack while you're reading it. It was like someone like suggested that. But like, yeah, like, but I did see because High Dive has like the remake movies. I saw the first one and like sat halfway through the second one. It didn't really capture me. But again, those are the remake movies. I don't know if like they have a good reputation or bad reputation. But like,
I heard the live action was also pretty good too.
Okay. So yeah, but like it didn't grab it. See, my problem is with these like car sports anime is that like I feel a bit distant from, because like the appeal of a sports series is that you see people doing amazing things with their sport, even though if you haven't played it, you can at least relate to it. Like but in a typical sports manga, it's all athletics, right? So like, oh my god, this character's jumping really high. Oh my god, this character's putting so much power into this shots. Look at him flexing these muscles and stuff. Look at him sweating and like really like putting in his all. Or like, oh my god, he's injured. Or like, oh my god, there's so much effort he has to put in to like do this thing. But like in a car thing, it's like the car's doing most of the work.
Well, I mean, there's still some skill because I watched the first.
I'm not saying there isn't. Like Formula drivers are.
Gotta drift.
Yeah, like racing drivers are athletes, but like again, it's like there's still a bit of a disconnect where it's like, oh wow, he like that's what my problem when I was watching the Initial D like remake movie. It's like, okay, he did the thing, but I don't know how impressive that thing is. Or like how much effort.
I mean, like they spice it up.
Yeah, because like in the show, because like maybe this is a problem with like maybe the early part of the show, or maybe the movie itself. It's like he did the thing, but he was like completely like blank face. You just know him like
because he's naturally gifted.
Yeah, but like that's kind of like even in like even in like an other sports series, like regardless of how much good you are, like a sport takes effort. Whereas, well,
I don't actually know. It wasn't that he was naturally gifted. It's because he worked with his dad's like tofu thing. He always did the deliveries. It just became natural.
Yeah, just naturally good. Like, I saw like he did his dad would like put like a plastic cup of water and like the water would have to like, not spill it. So that's how he got like really good at drifting because like the insane like practice method that he didn't even realize he was doing. So, but like again, it's like because he's has such a blank expression, I'm like. I know other characters are like, oh my god, it's like the hardest thing to do. But like, at least in another like typical sports anime, yes, you get the characters in like the audience who are like, oh my god, he's doing blah blah blah. That is like one of the hardest things you can do in this sport. But it also cuts back to the effort that the athlete is putting in and the sweat and like seeing the muscle groups all like tense up. Whereas in again, it could be a problem of the anime movie itself, not necessarily the show or the manga, but like the character does the thing and he has there's no sense of like I'm putting in effort or this is like a very difficult thing to do. So it's like I don't know, like it didn't like connect with me. Like, okay, was that hard?
Yeah, I think that changes later because he does get challenged and there's like a kind of like battle he had to do where it was I forgot it had like a stupid name. It was like the gummy death race or something like that, but essentially they had to drive through that mountain, but like one of their hands is like tied.
Oh, okay.
So they have to like one hand everything.
If there's no car crash in that race, I'm gonna be very disappointed. That's like somebody has to get a car crash. It's a stupid race.
It's a stupid race with a stupid name.
All right, so yeah, again, I don't have anything to say about the other three anime. I'm sorry.
All right, so we could just go to the next row.
Yeah. Oh, it's me, right?
Yeah, right.
I thought it was going to be, okay, so yeah, Yakuza Fiancé, Natsume's Book of Friends Season 7, Saire Gensuki Spirit Chronicle Season 2, and After School Hanako-kun sequel. All right, so After School Hanako-kun, I've seen the season 1, I guess, of this anime. This anime is weird because I think season 1 didn't do well. Fans were not happy because it changed things from the manga and it skipped some things in the manga. So fans were not happy. But I've heard also that Hanako-kun is already getting a remake. But
see, what I'm confused with this sequel is like when you look at it, it says short form. So I'm like,
oh, really?
Is it going to be like a 15-minute or 5-minute thing?
4
like,
episodes, and each one is 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
4 episodes. Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So
and the original anime was like a long time ago.
Was it? Because I saw it last year, so like I don't know, maybe it is. So yeah, like I like Hanako-kun. I like the first season, regardless of, because again, I was unaware. It only was after I finished the season that I found out about all these problems. I am interested in reading the manga. We'll see how this one is. It says sequel, so I don't think this is anything to do with the remake. I think just a follow up on the the previous season we got. I don't have anything to say about Serai Gensuki Spirit Chronicles Season 2. Looks like Isekai number 647. Natsume Book of Friends, I've heard, is a really good shoujo. It's a shoujo that I'm kind of interested in, because again, it's like this guy who like deals with like yokai fantasy creatures, and like tries to like help them out. So like it could be up your alley as well, Shane. Yeah. So it's like I've heard.
No, I did watch season 1 long time ago, and I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then I was watching way too much, and I'm like, well, you're going to have to be taken out back.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time for it.
Because I've been watching a lot.
I got to watch Gundam and Ashita no Joe now.
So yeah, like it is on my list of like shoujo that like I could like get into one day. So like that I'm interested in. I'm glad I'm getting a season 7. I hope it keeps on going and completes the manga, hopefully. Yakuza Your Fiance, I recently put this on my reading list because I do like the premise of this and like, what could possibly happen. I also love the art style. The art style looks gorgeous, at least the covers.
I saw a trailer earlier and it looked pretty visually striking.
Yeah. So I am interested in this. I'm surprised it's getting... Again, I recently found the manga, so the fact that we're getting an anime, like, to me it seems so soon. I don't know, maybe there's a long-time Yakuza Fiance fan. He's like, finally!
It's my time.
Yeah, it's my time. So yeah, like, that's this one. This row has, like, at least... Actually, no, it has 3 anime that I'm, like, potentially interested in. Yeah.
All right. And for that, we'll go on to the next row. We have a terrified teacher at ghoul school. Pochars. The do-over damsel conquers the dragon emperor. And then Tono to Inu. So, I don't really have much to say about this row, except, I don't know, a funny little quip of the first one just essentially being Scooby-Doo Ghoul School. Just without the dog. Just a terrified teacher at a ghoul school.
This looks fun. It doesn't have High Dive or Crunchyroll label on it. Hopefully, because this looks like a fun, I don't know, comedy show. I wouldn't mind watching this.
It kind of looks fun. I'll just have to wait and see if anyone talks about it.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah. Then what do I do? Are you going to watch the dog one?
I have no idea. In the Warring States, there's those who perform feats resembling demons or gods. Though that is now a thing of the past, the Lord now lives in a completely decline in improvised tenement. Thus begins, I don't know.
Nah. All right.
Short form. It's probably not airing anywhere.
Yeah. And we don't care about the do-over damsel show, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Pochars is just, again, something we're never going to see.
Yeah. All right, so next we have Nina the Starry Bride, Dragon Ball Daima, Demon Lord 2099, and Shangri-La Frontier second season. Oh, it's where you're getting a second season. Ah, good for that. I'm interested in that title.
Yeah, see, I kind of want to see it, but then, like, it's about video games, but then the main character has a bird mask, and it's like a shoe bill.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that I remember a YouTuber reviewing it and like giving a really positive review about it. And he's like, obviously, like in the real world, when people play fantasy video games, they make the most insane, like, OCs. Whereas anime for some reason has decided that we're just going to do like pretty basic normal humans. So like the fact that this season it's like about video games, but all the characters have like insane designs that really reflect that. And I've seen the animation, looks really, really good. So I am interested, but I'm not like, on the edge of my seat wanting to see it. But I am. It's like it's on my radar that like I'll get to it someday. yeah, I'm in no hurry to see it. But like, I'm glad it's getting a season 2. Yeah.
Same. I think one of my brothers watched it, but I forgot their opinions. Yeah. And then I don't know. I saw the trailer for it a long time ago, but like it just I don't know. Always makes me laugh with like the Demon Lord 2099, just because it makes me think of like Spider-Man 2099. It's like like Demon Lord 2099.
Yeah. I don't care about Demon Lord 2099, and I don't care about Nina the Starry Bride. Now, Dragon Ball Daima. This.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh, all right. This is gonna. I can already see the hot takes. Like Studio TBA. What the fuck? It's gonna be Toei. What the? Okay.
Yeah, it's Toei.
It's like I just saw that.
Like, who's gonna do this Dragon Ball anime? Like I don't know, Toei. I don't think Toei would let anyone else touch it, but
yeah, I think this is gonna give a lot of. There's gonna be a lot of back and forth with this show because you've got the Shaheen side of fans that are like Dragon Ball is actually Dragon Ball was better than Dragon Ball Z. I like it when he was a kid. The show lost something when he grew up and became an action show. Then you've got the Z hardcore and I guess the super hardcore as well. Fans are like, nah, make him an adult and make him punch shit. I only want him punching shit. So we'll see.
He's a little punch shit, but now his arms are just smaller.
No, but he's not gonna have like super intense. Like crazy fights, you know. They're going to be like, you know.
He's still. I don't know. I've seen the trailers. The trailers look really well animated.
Yeah.
There is the confusion. It was like, okay, so where does Super fall in line with all of this? Because like Super, I think went on to break, and it basically finished the superhero movie. So I'm not sure if there's going to be, if it's going to go off and do its original like own stuff. Because there's a couple arcs of the Super anime. Didn't get to adapt, like the Granola arc and the Moro arc. So, and I know some people wanted season 2 for Super, but like, listen, guys, Super wasn't that good.
Oh, you just lost half your subscribers.
Listen, the people that are actually subscribed to me, I think they agree with me. Super wasn't that good. Like, I liked Beerus. And all the other, well, not all the other gods. I think the only god I liked was like Beerus and Whis. It gave us the great Ultra Instinct theme by of course, you know, the goats, Akira Kushida, who sadly did not work on the Kiniko Man anime, but at the time he was recovering, so that's the only reason why the Kiniko Man anime is not anime of the year. It was so close, but no Akira Kushida. Sorry. But no, the Dragon Ball Daima anime, I'm really looking forward to. I do like Kid Goku. There is some confusion with the plot, like how that whole super thing is going to pan out. Also, I like that Goku's becoming a kid and some of the other characters, but I think Gohan just straight up becomes a baby, which as a Gohan fan kind of messes me up because like the superhero movie finally gave him more agency and everything. And it's like, whoop, we're going to take that away. He's a baby now. I'm like, but this is going to have more of an RPG feel. It's the last thing Toriyama worked on before he sadly passed away this year. So you could definitely see a lot of his influence on it. We got more cool looking original characters. This is my biggest problem with Super. A lot of the new original characters just look like shit, except for Hit. And even then, Hit looks like something I would have made in a Xenoverse in the character creator. So, like, I really didn't like a lot of the newer designs. I thought a lot of them were, like, even like, oh, Jiren. Jiren's just a buff gray alien. He's just a gray alien that hit the gym.
Was it supposed to be purple?
Or purple, I don't know. But he's the stereotypical looking gray alien, but buff.
The one that's supposed to be the strongest fighter in the world before Goku.
Fuck Jiren.
So, yeah, I'm very curious about this. I'm still in my reread. So I gotta reread. Okay, although again, if this is following up Super, then okay, I'll have to wait a bit longer to see it. If it's not, if it's kind of its own thing, it's like maybe this just follows up straight from.
Considering that Beerus is there,
Beerus is there. Never mind. Okay, then it is definitely a follow up from Super. Okay. Yeah.
But see, I'm not sure how much is Super, because is it like the Super manga and anime, or are we just going with the movies? So it's like, this takes place after the events of Resurrection F.
Mhm.
I don't know, or the superhero movie. I don't know. That's the weird thing about Dragon Ball right now. The whole timeline and canon is all up in there. Who knows?
Yeah, if there's one thing I don't like about modern battle shonen, is this whole like manga and anime will be released at the same time, and like we don't know what's canon, or like the clarity of like what's canon and what's not canon gets mixed up. I really dislike that. Like the fact that like the super manga right now is just adapting the movie is like really annoying to me.
Yeah, but then it skipped the Broly movies, but like Broly still shows up in the manga. I'm like, I don't want to be like one of those actually nerd fans. But I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I really don't like, because like Naruto is also having some canon problems because the Boruto manga differs from the Boruto anime. Like characters are like completely different from the anime to the manga. So I'm like, I really don't like this. I don't want things to get unnecessarily complicated. So that's like my only like gripe. It's like, can we please stop this? Can we just like stick to a thing? Like either the anime follows the manga or like something else. Like I don't know, like just like stick to one like continuity, please. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the only thing, and I'm kind of excited for Daima just because I'll probably watch this one subbed, because I don't think the dub's going to come out right away, because like Dragon Ball is really weird despite it being like a really popular show. They kind of take their time to go ahead dubbing with it. I remember it took forever for Super to get the dub, because I've primarily watched Dragon Ball dubbed. I think the Japanese voice actors do a really good job, but you know, as someone that has mainly watched Dragon Ball dub, going from dub Goku to sub Goku, it's kind of jarring.
Yeah, I've heard.
But now that they're reverting to kids and everything, it might be an easier pill to swallow.
Yeah, that's another thing for me. I can't watch Dragon Ball like subbed. I do, even though I'm like, again, I've made my rant. Like I'm more of a manga reader anyway, but still, like I can't. I've only heard them like as dubbed my whole life. I have seen clips of Goku subbed, and he sounds like a woman. I don't. This doesn't sound like a dude at all. But like, yeah, so I'm going to wait for this to like get dubbed. That's another thing that's like I'm going to take my time with it. Like, just wait for it to get dubbed. This and My Hero Academia, I'm like, I have to see it dubbed. If it's subbed, I'll wait, and then I'll wait for the dub when it comes out to see it. Yeah. So yeah, let's see what shit show this causes in the Dragon Ball community.
We'll see. I mean,
not a shit show that it's bad, just a shit show because like there's gonna be
like the community drama and all that. Yeah,
that's gonna happen.
I think maybe because Toriyama had more of an involvement with this, people might like be a little bit more open-minded, but of course it's the internet, so who knows. But I know this feels like it's a Dragon Ball for me. It's Kid Goku, more fantasy, cool designs. I'm in. And it's probably going to be more martial arts rather than rapid fire punches and energy blast, which is what I love. So sign me the fuck up. This one and DandaDan I'm watching week to week. Maybe Blue Box too. Those are like the three I'm going to watch week to week. Everything else I'm probably going to wait around a bit. Oh, wait, no, and Uzumaki, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Those are the four I'm going to be watching week to week. Yeah. But we have one final row to go through, which I guess spoilers. I'm not going to watch any of these week to week. But at first, we got Ari Ferretta from Commonplace to World's Strongest Season 3, Blue Mobaro, Futures Folktales 2, and Rakuten Panda. Futures Folktales 2, I think that's the anime that Toei teamed up with Saudi Arabia to make.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did do like a team up. Yeah, it says it right there in the bottom. It's like, this season provides an opportunity to explore cultures and traditions from the diverse Arabian regions, highlighting the cultural richness of Saudi Arabia and the Arab world. So yeah, the Saudi Arabia's been getting a little bit more into anime lately, because there's this the whole reason why Grandizer U exists. So who knows what else is coming out from this new partnership.
I've never heard of Blue Miboro before, but like it looks interesting. I mean, it's got samurais in it. You got me. Like
it's another blue blue thing. I don't know what's up with
what
blue.
What is this with blue? What is
Yeah, you got blue giant, blue box, blue lock.
Yeah. Blue
Maboru, blue-eyed samurai. Well, that's not really an anime, but still blue.
Yeah, blue exorcist. Yeah.
Blue dragon.
Blue fucking soul. That doesn't count anymore.
But so I was like, what's wrong with the blue? Try another color.
Yeah. Yeah,
blue archive.
Yeah.
So we can keep going on, but yeah, I don't know. Anime, pick another color already, please.
Yeah. So I'm interested in it. So like, yeah, because I mean, samurai stuff. I'm interested to see. Yeah, and then I never heard of this before. I hope we get it. It doesn't seem like we're getting it in like High Dive or Crunchyroll, but like it's on my radar now. Then Are You Fureta? I've heard good things. Like this is one of those isekai that actually had like hype around it, and is like, guys, this is actually good. Although like we'll see. I'm hesitant because like I don't know. Isekai is like,
I think it's like, if I remember correctly, it's the isekai where the main protagonist, his like ability is that he has a gun or something.
Oh,
I know he has a gun.
I don't know anything about. I just know it's like one of those, like if you're looking for a good isekai, like it's on that list. Yeah,
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so yeah, Blue Box, Uzumaki, DandaDan, and Daima are probably like the 4 animes I'm definitely going to watch week to week. The 2 Madhouse shows, depending on what I hear about them, I might give them a try. The fishing one, Negative Positive Angler, I might also give a look, depending on how it goes. Also, it's done by Studio Nut, who I haven't really watched much of their anime. I just like the name because I'm simple like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it for the anime of fall 2024. Now we're going to move on to movies. So again, if you're following along, we're going to sort by air dates, English title, and looking at the movies and OVAs, I think we'll just power through them. I'll read the movies, you'll read the OVAs.
I mean, or we can like just talk about the movies we're interested in and skip the rest, because there's not a lot, to be honest. I
mean, we still gotta give the viewers,
Oh, okay.
We gotta inform them of what's coming out. Right.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so like I'll start with the movies. We got. Let me just make sure I got everything down pat, because like when I switched over to OVAs, it reset me. Okay, there we go. So first up for the movies, we got a Love Live movie, Nigasaki High School Idol Club. Oh, like quite a lot of there's like the Love Live movie and a Love Live anime coming out. So if you're a Love Live fan, you're covered.
Yeah.
Then there's an Overlord movie, The Sacred Kingdom. Then we got a Precure movie with wonderful Precure, the movie Doki Doki Game no Sekai no Daiboken. So a lot of exclamation marks.
Yeah.
I gotta get into Precure one day, but like with the newest seasons, I'll watch like a couple episodes, and after a while I'll just fall off. I've heard Heart Catch is really good, so I might get back into that one day. But yeah, Precure is a franchise that eludes me at the moment.
Yeah, for me, same. It's like connection. I've heard like season 1 looks a bit appealing, and then like the one you mentioned, Heart Catch. Oh, and I think the one that they adapted for Glitter Force, because I like the like colors and art style in that. But the rest of them just look like. I mean, even this one, like look at the poster. Like, it's just filled to the brim with like 6-year-old girl like aesthetics, which again, nothing wrong. That's what they're aiming for. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the target. It's not us. It's not
Yeah, I'm not shitting on this
men in their late 20s.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on.
it's not for me.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on this because like it appeals to that. Like, no, that's who they want. They don't care about me. But like again, like that's exactly. Like that's.
But they should, because I'm a man.
Yeah, but when I see that, I'm like, my enthusiasm for it. It's like, again, it's not even enthusiasm. It's just like, it's clearly not for me. Like that's
yeah. Anyways, then we have Given the movie Umi-E, which Hamza's not going to watch because it's about music.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. I just saw like the BL is more of a like I'm not interested than the music, but like now it's like a double like it's boys love and music. Get the fuck out of here.
Then So Hamza doesn't like gay singers.
No.
Speaking of music, the next movie is Bang Dream. It's my go movie.
Yeah, you should go away. That's what.
Okay. Then we got a movie that has tags to be determined, no synopsis, but it's done by Cloverworks, which is a pretty good studio. But Ferreru,
Yeah, I didn't.
it's just a bunch of people sitting down, and some kind of mole is on the ground.
Yeah,
I don't know what's on the ground there. Anyways,
yeah.
Then we got Give It All, which is a team sport thing about like a boat club.
Oh, that was gonna be a surfing anime.
Synopsis mentioned just boat club, but who knows?
Okay.
Then we got Attack on Titan: The Last Attack, which at first I'm like, damn, I thought we were done. But then note, Attack on Titan final season, the final chapters, part 1 and 2, edited into a single film.
Yeah, you should do a video on like compilation movies if they're any good or not. Because like I'm always hesitant. I'm like, okay, how much are you going to cut out? Because you can't fit everything into it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but like, I don't know. I think I've talked about it in the past, definitely with you, but like, just think on the podcast in the past. I'm just not an Attack on Titan fan. Like, I get why it's popular.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
people that like it.
You're going to say like, I'm not a compilation movie guy.
Yeah, I hate compilation movies with a passion. Fuck no. It's like I get why it's popular and all that, but like I tried like 4 times. It never clicked with me.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I tried 4 times. So you can't hate me.
Yeah,
I tried.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I like season 1. I like season 2. I do want to finish it off. It's just that the season took way too long to come out in between each season. So I do want to finish it off. I'm probably not gonna watch the compilation movie because I don't trust compilation movies. I'm always like, how much are you like cutting out? Is the pacing going to get ruined and stuff? So yeah,
especially with like Attack on Titan. From what I gathered, it's pretty dense with its episodes, with what's going on. Yeah. So I don't know if condensing 2 whole seasons of anime into a movie, how well that's gonna. Yeah.
But I know their compilation do this annoying thing where it's like, 30 seconds of new footage. It's like, oh god, okay. Whatever, fine. Like, I guess to like even
it's like, oh boy, Aaron did like 3 axles on his spin in this shot. I don't know. Yeah. But moving on, we got a movie I am interested in, which is Futotante, Kamen Rider Skull no Shozu.
Yeah.
Which is like the sequel movie to the Futotante anime, which is like the Kamen Rider double sequel.
Yeah.
An anime I really enjoyed for what it was.
Same, I enjoyed it a lot.
So it's getting a movie, and that's exciting. On Anime Expo, I believe someone asked them, like, is it going to get a theatrical release? They said they're not sure, but if it doesn't get a theatrical release, they're definitely going to release on Crunchyroll, which I'm happy with because I was a bit worried. I'm like, are we going to get the movie? So
yeah.
I would prefer to see it in theaters, but hey, if we get it in streaming, I'll still be happy with that. Even though Crunchyroll scared me lately because they technically could release the Gridman Universe movie and they still haven't. They've just been sitting on it. So I'm hoping whoever answered that question at Anime Expo, they stay true to their word and I'm able to see this movie.
Yeah.
Preferably in theaters.
Now, it's been a while since I've seen Double, but if I remember correctly, Kamen Rider Skull wasn't in the show. He was one of the specials or the movies, I believe, right?
Yes, which always upsetted me because I didn't see the movies, but I remember I was waiting.
Yeah.
Because Kamen Rider Skull is why I chose Kamen Rider Double to be my first.
You did see him on the show.
I haven't been this bamboozled by an anime since like Ultraman Tiga, because I remember before Ultraman Trigger, which side note, we're talking about Tokusatsu right now.
Yeah.
Ultraman Trigger, which was going to be like a modern day kind of reboot, reimagining of Ultraman Tiga. I'm like, oh hey, before this comes out, let me watch Ultraman Tiga, which Ultraman Tiga is like a 52 episode, Ultraman show with a movie. turns out all the plot elements that Trigger is pulling from is from the Tiga movie. Because I kept on, I was watching Tiga. I'm like, when are these 3 evil Ultraman giants going to pop out? They didn't pop out. I keep on waiting. There's an evil Tiga episode, but I'm like, where are the other 3? Then it turns out that's in the movie. I'm like, God, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, because like, even though I've definitely, Shaheen introduced me to Toku. I wouldn't be a Toku fan without Shaheen, but like, Shaheen for some reason still doesn't watch the movies or the specials. I do. I plan it out in my like watch through. I'm like, okay, so when does this movie? Oh, it goes between 25 and 26. Okay, let me stop. When I get to 25, I have to remember that, okay, I got to watch the movie. And then I keep up with like any specials that come out. Like, oh, I got to watch those when they come out. When like Shaheen's like, nah, I'll just.
I think it's like a habit from like watching like a lot of the Toku I was watching when I was getting started was like ongoing, and because of that, it's like, oh, hey, these movies and specials are coming out. But I didn't live in Japan, and obviously the fan subbers couldn't get their hands on the movie till it got like a Blu-ray release or something.
Yeah.
So I would have to wait months, maybe even years, to see these movies or specials. And by that time, I'm like, I kind of really don't care anymore. So it just became a habit. I'm like, I don't really need to watch the movies, because if it was that important, you put it in the fucking show. Even though some of the movies for like Kamen Rider, like I remember of X8, it's like the real ending. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, X8, I think even Ryuki, Forza, they were important, I remember as well. Like Double, obviously, like if you want Skull, it's in the movie. It's not in the show at all.
Yeah, I know. And still to this day, I have not seen those movies, so I definitely need to amend that before this movie comes out.
In fact, like, I think for O's, Double, and Forza, I think there's a main like antagonist in all 3 movies. So yeah, like it's that like I'm just saying, like, if you're watching Toku nowadays, especially like older Toku shows, I'd recommend look at where chronologically the movies and specials sit at. Like that's why I want to rewatch.
I might do it for.
That's why I want to rewatch Build, because now all the
Rider,
specials and movies are out. So like, I can just like watch them all chronologically now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think with Build, because I really like Build, I watched the movie and all the specials except the Rogue special, which is what I was really looking forward to, but like I got lost in waiting for the release, so I just never. Oh yeah, and there's also a Grease special. Didn't get to see that one either, even though I think I heard that was pretty good. But anyways, continuing on with the movies, we're almost done with the movies. We got Gintama on theater 2D Gintama arc. So it's just basically a theatrical edit of the Gintama arc, which is a pretty good arc in Gintama. I don't know why this arc in particular is getting a theatrical release. It's not really super story based or anything like that. But it's a good arc,
I am in the middle of watching Gintama. I'm still in the early episodes.
Oh, really? I thought you. And this is news to me.
Okay. No, I told you, didn't I?
I thought you dropped it. I didn't know you were like.
I mean, I haven't watched it in a while, but it's still like on my mind that I gotta like do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember which episode I'm on exactly, but like, yeah, it's okay. I'm not seeing why Gintama is like a 9 out of 10 on everything.
Okay, see, I went through the same experience. I know this sounds really bad because like when people are like, "Oh, it takes this long for One Piece to get good," I'm like, "No, I was hooked on One Piece from like frame 1."
For me, it was like
for some reason with Gintama, it's like episode 50. I'm like, "Let's go!" Now I'm into this.
Yeah, that's what it seems to. So where am I? I am on. Hold on, I'm getting there. Oh, I'm on episode 6. I'm very early.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're. Yeah.
So it's like I'm still like I'm trying to see, but like again, like for One Piece, I enjoyed it. I was like I enjoyed it. Like I was enjoying the story, but like what made me go like holy crap, wow, was the Alabasta arc. That's when I was like, okay, this might be like I can see why this is special. It was good before, but like this is why it's like One Piece is special. And then I think for Naruto, I was like, this is okay, it's fine. I don't see why everybody's obsessed with it. Then they got the Chunin arc, and I became obsessed. So I can see that. So again, I'm willing. I'm not one of those people. I do get annoyed when a show is like, oh man, you just this many episodes of shit. You gotta just plow through it and get to like this episode of this season. Then it gets good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely got to revisit Gintama one day because I've never really finished it, despite it at one point being one of my favorite animes and the main character Gintoki being one of my favorite main characters.
Yeah.
I might check it out from the beginning just because now I have so much insight on anime and manga and Japanese pop culture that, episodes might, hit a little different now. So we'll see one day because I think it's all on Crunchyroll at the moment.
Yeah,
But, moving on. Yeah, moving on. Got 2 more movies. We got Pui Pui Molcar, the movie Molmax, which I don't know how this is getting turned into a movie, but good for those Molcars. I think the original is out on Netflix now, but it's just about these like they're called Molcars, but they look like hamsters. But it's like these hamsters or mole cars, and that's it.
It's on Netflix, really?
I think I'm not sure, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but. Yeah, it's just I don't know how this is getting turned into a movie. I guess we'll see. And then last up on the movies, we got Yohane the Parhelion, Sunshine in the Mirror, theatrical compilation, fantasy music. So Hamza's definitely not watching this. It's a compilation. It's about music.
Yeah.
The girls look like they're in high school. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm more interested in
I'm
more interested in the dog than the girls.
Got that dog in it. Anyways, so now we'll move on to OVAs. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just read them off. There's not that many. So first up, we got Mobile Suit Gundam Requiem for Vengeance, which is a 3D CG series, I think.
Yeah, I had no idea this was coming out. Like, I haven't heard anything.
I think I found out about it like 2 weeks ago, like a trailer dropped.
Really? I haven't heard anything about this. I am a Gundam fan. Okay, so when it comes to mecha, I'm a bit more open to 3D. So, because, like, again, like, it doesn't cause a problem because, like, even if it's, like, stiff and robotic, you're piloting a robot. It's supposed to be stiff and robotic. So I'm a bit open to it, especially since, like, Sunrise does pretty good 3D animation, to be honest. Like, it's fairly smooth. It doesn't seem like, bad, like, animation.
Yeah, it's not too clunky.
Yeah, it's not clunky at all. Like, I saw Kokoro's Island. That was really fun. I love that movie. I'm excited for this. This was like a surprise to me. I had no idea until we started doing this podcast. I'm like, is there a new Gundam thing coming out? Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got a herbivorous dragon of 5,000 years gets unfairly villainized. Season 2. Again, my brother's probably going to watch this. I've never heard of season 1. I remember there was like an anime about like a dragon trying to find a house.
Yeah, I've seen manga for that. It's like a dragon goes house hunting.
Yeah. So I thought that's what this was at first, but I'm like, okay, no, that's something else.
And it's China.
But,
it says like I think it's a Chinese anime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I just realized that. So maybe that's why I haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
It's one of those actual Chinese cartoons.
Yeah.
Then we got Duel Masters Lost. Sukaiku no Sushio. I'm surprised Duel Masters is back, but it's back. Really different art style than the original.
Wait, is this?
I never watched.
Wait, hold on. Is this that Duel Masters? It can't be. No way. Oh my god, it is.
Yeah, it is. Look at that difference, bro.
It's not even close to resembling it. Like nothing. Like at least bring the old logo back. I don't mind. Like, oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, there's like some weird like ghost hand. I think that's a hand. I'm not in the poster. I don't know.
No.
Yu-Gi-Oh is the only card game in my heart, and even then, it's just the manga and anime. I really don't care about the game.
Yeah, like So when it comes to these like kids with cards or kids with toys that battle each other, it's pretty much just Yu-Gi-Oh, Gundam Build Fighters, I would like to get into Vanguard or what's the other one? Buddy Fight, I think, is the other one, if I'm not mistaken. There's another card game.
Oh yeah, Buddy Fight. Yeah, Buddy Fight's another
Yeah,
one.
but again, it's I don't know. It's like too much of like the same thing. Oh, and Metabots. But so Yu-Gi-Oh! Metabots.
Oh yeah, Metabots. I definitely want to watch. Yeah. Yokai Watch. I would open up to. I remember I did enjoy a bit of the anime. It's
I've
just
heard
like a little
it's more
comedy
slice
series
of life than battle. That's like
I enjoyed that. I never got to play the games either, so I think that affected my enjoyment.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of like the only card series for me. I mean, right now, manga-wise, I'm reading another series called Chaosic Ruin, which is like edgy Yu-Gi-Oh! But I don't think it ever got turned into a game. It's just you hold a card, a monster comes out, and death game time.
Ah, okay. So yeah, like that's the thing. Like I've bailed out of TCG, so like again, if there was, I think there's a Magic anime coming out actually.
Really?
Yes, there's a Magic the Gathering. Hold on, if I remember correctly, Magic the Gathering anime. If I remember correctly, where is it? Come on. Yes, a Magic the Gathering anime is heading to Netflix. Yes, so it is coming out. There was another one. I think it was like a girl in high school. I don't know if it was a cartoon or not. Don't go. This is canceled. Never mind. There's another one. Will Magic get an anime? Oh, never mind. It got canceled. It was in development hell. What? Hold on. There's one. Okay, there's different news. I should have looked at this before. But anyways, yeah, I think so. Like, there might be a Magic the Gathering anime coming. I'm just gonna say that. Again, I didn't do my research like before this.
Well, I mean, yeah, we just started talking about. You didn't know we were going to talk about it, but yeah. So continuing on,
yeah,
we got The Forest from the Future, which is being released on YouTube, short form. Know nothing about it. Then we got Bananyan Around the World. I think last season we talked about Bananyan.
Yeah, it was there.
So Bananyan is still going, still staying strong. Yeah. Love that banana cat, I guess. And then Mr. Osumatsu super short anime. I remember the Osumatsu-kun remake. I watched the first season, I really liked it, and then I got to midway through the second season, I kind of dropped it for some reason. I never continued on, but like it really blew up. Like we got a movie, I think there was like another season, a whole lot of merch. It really popped off, which is crazy for like this, because there's another series that tried, like I think it was from the same creator or a different creator, but like from that era of like a gag comedy series trying to get modernized, but it didn't reach the same levels as Osumatsu-kun. I think it was like, I forgot the name of the series. I just remember the opening because it was like dun 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 dun. But yeah, it did an amazing job of just revamping this like 60s old comedy gag series and just remaking it and getting fangirls to go all crazy for it.
Yeah, I remember
I definitely got to revisit.
I remember people were talking about it when it was coming out, but I didn't get it. Like I didn't understand what it was, and I didn't know it. I would find it funny, so I skipped it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I enjoyed it. And then also, I think it was before I got into Tokusatsu, so I didn't really get the reference at the time, but there's this one episode where I forgot the actor's name, but essentially he was the Red Ranger for Ginga Man. And they had him in an episode.
Just let's pick a Sentai and put him in. I don't know.
Yeah, they were like, oh my gosh, it's that guy. He's so cool. And then sure enough, like years later, I would finally watch Giga Man. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Is that the one with the Charlie Brown shirts?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the suits aren't the greatest, but I think it's a pretty good Sentai season. Yeah. I really love the structure of it. Blue Ranger was my favorite, though. But yeah, so that's this year, or not this year, this season of anime. I already talked about the TV series that I'm excited for. When it comes to the movies, just Kamen Rider. That's it for me on the movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
And then I guess on the OVAs, it's maybe Gundam, but I really got to rewatch Gundam before I take a look at anything else. So I might watch those compilation movies, and I'll be the judge on how those shape up to be. But yeah, the main takeaway is DandaDan's going to rule. Again, anime of the year. I don't think Winter is going to be cooking up anything that's going to touch DandaDan. So I'm just going to be a massive fanboy and just enjoy the love and praise DandaDan gets. And also, it's going to be inevitable, though, but the annoying people are probably going to get in. But, it's okay. DandaDan's getting more popular. More people are getting their eyes on it. So that's just the unfortunate thing that happens when your series gets more popular.
Yeah, for me, definitely the Gundam series. As soon as it drops, I'm going to watch that. I still need to rewatch. Like, I plan to do a full rewatch of the Universal Century timeline in its entirety. So, like the compilation movies, Zeta, Double Zeta, Char's counterattack, and the spin-offs as well. But like, I still remember enough of it. Like, I won't be lost when I watch the Gundam OVA. Definitely the Kamen Rider movie. Although I think you would have to watch the Skull movie before this to get context on Skull. right? Yeah. So those two for me. And then when it comes to the actual anime series themselves, again, I'm not a week-to-week watcher. I'm a binger. I'm just gonna wait until they're done and then go back and see like, okay, what got good reviews, what was hyped, and what do I need to plan for in the future, Yeah. So that's going to be me. Yeah.
All right. So with that, we have a significantly shorter by an hour seasonal podcast. So hopefully, if we're still podcasting, we'll be doing Winter next, which will be the Winter of the Sakamoto Days anime. So that's another popular shonen hit.
I mean, we're not going to talk about it, but there's quite a few big anime coming out of Winter.
Yeah, there's a couple ones that are interesting. I'm pretty sure there might be a couple that sneak up and plan an announcement. Yeah. So we'll definitely talk about that once that season rolls around. Mm-hmm. But for now, that is fall. Mm-hmm. Been a good year for anime for me personally. Can't speak for everyone, but I think every season there's been an anime where I'm like, yeah, that was good anime. Which I know some people was like, oh, only one, but listen, I can't watch everything, and there's always a handful of anime that I found interesting that I heard someone else was telling me was interesting, so I'm like, okay, I'll put it on the list. So who knows, they might have been better than what I was watching, but every season I feel like we've gotten something good, at least in my opinion. Actually, I don't remember what came out in spring. I don't remember what I watched during the spring. I know winter was Braver and summer was Kaneko Man. What was spring? Was it Sengoku Yoko? Maybe Sengoku Yoko. I was my spring.
Trying to see what you would, because I'm going through spring as well. Trying to see what you would like. Not Saint Seiya.
No, I've not watched that much Saint Seiya.
Well, there's not much in spring to be fair. I'm looking at OVAs. Never mind. That's why. I was like, this is very shit.
Yeah, I guess Yuru Camp season 3.
For me, really? Okay. For me, it was definitely Konosuba. That lived up to the hype. Oh, that was so good.
Oh yeah. So I got to get back on it. I will do it eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe after I finish watching Gao Gaigar.
Yeah,
but
I gotta go. I've read the manga. I gotta go see how the anime is for Go-Go Loser Ranger. So I'll give my thoughts on that maybe sometime in the future. But yeah,
you see, there was a couple anime from this season that I remember. Later on, I found out that were pretty fun that I never got around to watching because it was like Train to the End of the World, Windbreaker, Yatagarasu.
The Fable.
I've heard great things about those anime. The Fable, I don't think the anime was good. Everyone just recommended read the manga. I think it wasn't animated that way.
Okay, I see. Windbreaker, I misunderstood. I thought this was So I got this mixed up with another anime where like the other anime is about sports and like running specifically, like track and field. So,
it sounds like that, doesn't it?
So like I thought this one was that anime, but then someone pointed out like, no, what the fuck you're talking about? This is like a gangster anime thing. Like it's about delinquents and stuff, and like there's fighting and shit, and it's like made by the same creator as Tokyo. What is that? The time travel
Avengers.
The Tokyo Requiem. What is it? No.
Revengers.
Tokyo Revengers. That's the one. Thank you. Yes. So yeah,
it is the same person.
I think so. I might be mistaken on that.
I think no. I looked at anime list. The person only did Windbreaker and some Batman manga.
Oh, okay, then it's not that. But yeah, like that's what I thought, Windbreaker. But I've heard good things about Windbreaker. Yeah.
So, anyways, that's enough spring talk right now. Because then,
Green Monster.
Yeah. That one was animated like ass.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Also, I think I did a manga recommendation for it.
No, you did. I remember.
But it was like, okay, it was like one of those things where like after I did the recommendation, like a couple weeks later, I just fell off the manga. But I heard the anime looked like ass. Like I think the opening, it just looked like like when they're trying to reveal the whatchamacallit, the title, it just looked like cum.
Oh god. Okay.
So yeah. Anyways, that was another episode of the Falcon Punchcast. As always, Falcon Punchers, keep on punching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.